beautiful Pisces, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for February 2022. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I'll never ask you for your credit card details, and I'll never ask you for personal details either. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Pisces, so this is the February 2022 reading. What does it mean for you in particular? Well, the planetary alignment shows that on the 1st of February, we have that new moon in Aquarius, and your 12th house is activated, which is the most sensitive part of your chart. Now, moon phases tend to bring a lot of sensitivity, but when your 12th house is activated, that can sort of bring up fears that you wrestle with and try to process and let go of any fears or any self-sabotaging energy. Now, we all have self-sabotaging energy at some point. Now, self-sabotaging is just to, it can be fear. It can be, sometimes when things are going really good, we start to catastrophize and feel like maybe they're going to go wrong. But they really want you to be positive. I mean, the first card you got there is the sun spirit, okay? So this is about illuminating your soul, rejuvenating your spirit and having confidence, okay? It's also about your inner power. Now, also on the 16th of February, we actually have the full moon in Leo. The sun tends to be a Leo energy. So, I mean, you got sun and moon. Wow. This is really positive shifts for you. Now, the 6th house is activated on the 16th for you, and that's about daily routines, work, your duties, your health, your, things that you got to pay bills, all of those things, the mundanities of life. So you will have a lot of sort of moments of philosophical sort of questions, that spirituality at the beginning of the month, and then towards the end it's like just getting back into the zone where you're just doing life again. Now, the 2 cards you're embodying this month is the sun spirit, okay, which is about positivity, illuminating anything that you really want to do, focusing on your goals and your dreams. And we also have the moon, which is a soul, and that is about processing the shadow side. Now, we cannot sort of move forward in life, none of us, unless we process the shadow side. So if anyone says you have to be positive all the time, that's not a human behavior that we can sustain. We all have moments of feeling like alive, and we got that energy to get going and we want to achieve, and then we've got those downtime moments where we're like meh, or we feel like we've got to process some really deep-rooted energy that we've kept either hidden or that we've avoided for some time because we needed to focus on other things. So I feel like you are seeing that light and dark as we move through the month there. So processing a little bit of shadow side, but it's sensitivity, I feel more. It's almost like things, if there's any unseen problems that arise, you are sort of intuitively feeling it and you're voluntarily making changes in order to navigate it. I feel like you're very fluid. Spirit wants you to be positive, okay, as much as you can, but to acknowledge that we all have a light side and we all have a dark side, okay? So I feel like you're actually sitting with both emotions in February. So whether it's connected to love, because February of course is attributed to the month of love because of Valentine's Day, but of course Valentine's Day is such a commercialized sort of state now. I mean, you're getting the sun again in your reading, so they really want, I feel actually this is your protagonist energy. You're trying to be optimistic. Even in the most uncertain circumstances, you're trying to see the light, and Spirit acknowledges that. We've got the Empress card there. That's in your resistance position. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. So I feel like you're going to be focusing on things that you've neglected over the past couple of months, whether it's yourself, my beautiful Pisces, whether it's a self-care routine, or you have not found time for yourself. I feel like you're actually coming to an end of that cycle, and you're starting to put your own own needs first. Also, you're implementing some sort of peaceful regime or routine for your mental health. Now, we've got the sun there. So this is your protagonist energy. You've got the world as a unified energy. So there's success here. These cards are all about success and abundance. And remember that Jupiter, the planet of good luck, expansion, is in your sign until May. So it's a very, very positive energy there. A lot of sort of plot twists, but good luck opportunities coming your way. The sun is about seeing things from the point of view of the glass being half full rather than empty. I also feel like something that you've been trying to nurture to term, whether it's a goal, a dream, maybe it's a personal goal. It doesn't have to always be outside yourself. I feel like you're recognizing that happiness comes from within. As you can see there, this figure, their head, their crown chakra is blossoming because they know that if they look at life from a point of view of positivity and happiness and, you know, trying to find that happiness from within, then all else follows suit. You start to magnetize that goodness towards you. But we do have to acknowledge that sometimes being confident all the time is just not sustainable. Okay, that's just life. Now, also, this is about the ego. We all have different aspects of ego. Now, they're just giving me that someone sneezed, so that is you. Bless you, Gesundheit, whatever it is you say for a sneeze. Maybe you just don't say anything. So that's also warranted. But if you just sneeze just now as you listen to this reading, there's definitely something in this message for you because I'm picking up on your energy, okay? I pick up on everybody's energy in the cards, but I'm also scrying at the same time, okay? So the month looks like you're looking outward with a lot of positivity, but you're drawing in a lot of success, okay? Now the resistance position, this is your overall energy. I'm going to do a Celtic cross to see what is coming towards you, but we've got the Empress card, which is about confidence. It's about making shrewd decisions. It's also about abundance. So because it's in the resistance position, there's something here that either you felt disconnected from or you felt a little bit indecisive about. You may find the solution as we move through February, because we've got the World card, which means a cycle of indecision or confusion comes to an end. You start to see the lights. There is an awakening here, okay? The Empress card also being in this position says there are some things that you may be neglecting in your world. If you're the sort of person who gets a real burst of energy and ideas and you're like, yeah, this would be great, and then halfway through it you're like, okay, you know, it's great, it's still great, but oh, there's another wonderful idea over here, and you don't tend to sort of tie up loose ends or finish projects. I feel like you're starting to get that energy to finish things that you start, okay? Also, I feel like you're transforming the way that you see yourself. You may have felt a little bit either that you're neglecting your own needs or you felt really disconnected from your center. I feel like you're starting to really come back to yourself again. You know, we all start the new year with so many intentions and we start getting really excited and we implement like diets, healthy eating patterns. And by the end of January, you know, we start to sort of lose our way a little bit, get a bit despondent because we start to recognize that, you know, sometimes, you know, the energy just remains the same. But I do feel like you're picking up on that energy now and starting to re-implement any sort of self-care routines or healthy diets that you may have lapsed on even at the end of the month. Because, I mean, I gotta acknowledge the fact that we're going through a major pandemic, okay? And we're all trying to do life. We're trying to pay bills. We're trying to be good to ourselves. We're trying to come back to our center. We're trying to connect to our spirituality. We're trying to help our families. We're trying to do everything we can. If we haven't got a job, we're trying to get a job. We're trying to do so much, and we're trying to navigate a major pandemic. So, you know, give yourself a bit of a break. I feel like you're doing a really good job with this spread. I feel like you have to honor the fact that you're doing a really good job even in the face of a lot of uncertainty. So trying to find that morale, trying to find that inner confidence, sometimes it's difficult, and we have to just be okay with that, because tomorrow will be another day and tomorrow we will feel differently. So I do feel like it's the energy shifts that you're going through in February in particular. But the challenge is, you know, putting yourself first, your own needs, coming into your divine sort of center there. And also I feel like it is about things blossoming that you started already working on, things that you've been nurturing. They start to grow and you find success. I do feel like projects are coming to a conclusion. I feel like with the World card, this is about things coming full circle. But the World basically means abundance. It means success. It means victory. You've got a big old victory wreath there, and all the elements are in play, which means there's balance and harmony. You know, we've got Aquarius energy, Scorpio energy, Taurus, Leo energy here. We've also got more Leo, very strong Leo. We've got a little bit of, you know, moon energy tends to be Pisces energy, Cancerian energy. There's a cusp there. And we've got Libra, Taurus there as well. So I feel like you're trying to navigate your emotions, especially during a very sensitive time, and ground them as well as in your projects. You know, we all have emotions that affect us differently. You know, they can affect us when we're driving. They can affect us when we are working, you know, and it is about honoring that we need to find a space of quietness to accept those emotions and then ground them so that we can then move on. But processing is what we mean by grounding as well. Okay, so I feel like something is coming to a conclusion, and a very positive one. The World card also means you're meeting like a final destination on a journey of discovery that you may have been on recently. So there may have been a major awakening here for you, where you start to put your own needs first. It is not a selfish act. Okay, we cannot love another, we cannot help another before we help ourselves first. If you think about a cup of love, we all have that cup of love for ourselves first. And if we put insecurity, self-loathing, codependency, fears, you know, all of that, addictions, whatever, because we're all so complex as human beings. We're not meant to be judged. We're all here on a journey of discovery for ourselves. So no other person can judge our journey because they've never walked in our shoes. But we all have that cup of love, okay? And we put the stuff that we feel for ourselves in there first. And then we offer it to others. So it's about how we feel about ourselves. We project that energy onto other people. And that's how we interact sometimes, especially when we're gravitating towards toxic relationships. You know, there could be trauma that we have not dealt with within ourselves. I know this is getting very philosophical, but there is a philosophical energy about your reading for February. Okay, so these may be some of the things that you will be processing as you move through the month. But the World card says you will come to a successful conclusion. And you're going to recognize that you're in the right place at the right time to meet the right people or the right situations according to your journey of discovery. So some of you may have been working on some really exciting opportunities or plans. Things come full circle and there is success. Okay, I feel like there's a real fulfillment. Some of you also will be seeking the sun. You may be booking travel plans in some way because we have the World card. And the World is about, you know, going further afield. Some of you may be thinking about emigrating, or maybe just taking yourselves off to a sunny climate, because we got so much light in your reading because we got two sun cards. Also, I would just be a little bit mindful because they're highlighting here the sun and the moon. Now, the sun shines all by itself, okay? It is a power in the sky that is jubilant and extends its energy to all for positive growth. The moon is a taker energy, okay? So the moon cannot shine all by itself. It needs the moon to shine. So be aware of the situations where you shine your wonderful light and, you know, people absorb your energy. So make sure you have time for self-care so that you can rejuvenate yourself. Also, notice when people that you feel you're in their energetic sphere, they bring you down, okay? If they're going through a tough time and you want to help, of course, that's perfect. You're an awesome human being with a wonderful heart. But make sure that you're not always giving at detriment to yourself, that you're leaving yourself with lack, okay? So just be mindful there. Now, I'm just going to go and see what is coming towards you, because overall, there looks like a very positive, oh, I got to go get those cards, one moment, please. A very positive sort of energy for February for you. Now, okay, interesting. So we have a six, the first card we got is a Princess of Swords, and we've got a Six of Cups. So the challenging thing is moving on from something that existed in your past. It doesn't have to be a person. We've got the Princess of Swords, which is the equivalent of the Knight of Swords. So you're making some major lifestyle changes. You're in a period of action, my beautiful Pisces, whether that is you focusing on, we got temptation at the bottom there. Thank you so much. We also have the Nine of Pentacles. We've got the Three of Cups. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, God, Angels. So definitely something to celebrate coming on in here. We've got a Three of Swords. They want me to go again in this position, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides. Whoa. Okay. We've got, oh wow, we got Ace of Cups and, sorry, we've got an Ace of Pentacles and a Two of Cups. Interesting. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides. We also have a Five of Staves. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides. Guardian Angels, can you please guide? We've got a Five of Swords. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides. Okay. Oh, wow, we've got Ace of Cups. This is crazy. So you've got a lot of sort of love opportunity coming in towards you, or it could be an offer to do something that you love. Okay. Okay. Quite a complex journey for February. A very positive one, though, but there is some twists and turns. Okay, so let's get started. The Princess of Swords is the equivalent of the Knight of Swords. Okay, so this is about you sort of responding to situations in a very different way. So for example, as I said, if you're the sort of person who tends to start something and never finishes it, you're going to finish it this time. You're getting that energy. You're changing your energy to feel more vitalized. This is a card of action. And the Knight of Swords is about movement forward. It's also an energy of sort of broadening your perspective, okay? A different way of thinking in order to activate swift change. Now, you may be moving quite quickly in February to make some really good decisions for a positive outcome with situations around you. The Knight of Swords is someone who takes action, as I said, and I feel like there's some real lifestyle changes that you are activating at this time. Now, there's someone here, they may be quite a quick talker, maybe a fast talker, coming on in towards you to there's some sort of energy of someone having quite a lot of like frenetic energy. So this person may be quite chaotic in their energy. They're coming towards you for a conversation and they want to open up about something. We will go deeper and find out what that is, but I feel this is the heart of the matter for you. You're making some changes. You feel like something's got to change and you feel that you are the one to activate the changes in your world because you feel stagnant otherwise. So I feel like you're coming into a real sort of positive cycle of action and closure, like you're closing things down. It's an end of a cycle for you. Now, what's crossing you is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups tends to be an energy of looking back, nostalgia, the good old days. But sometimes we look back with rose-tinted glasses, and they want you to be aware that whilst it's good to look back and sort of learn from the past, we don't live there anymore. We've moved on, and we can take the lesson with us, but we must not get stuck in past memories or situations like the good old days, because there will, nostalgia is a wonderful thing. We can think about all the good stuff and we sort of conveniently forget about the negative. Also, if you feel like you're gravitating towards the negative, they are indicating it's to process things, but to release and let it flow and let it go. The Six of Cups also asks you to have, it's almost like temper your expectations, okay? Don't have unrealistic expectations about some of the things that you're actioning. So for example, if you've got this is at grassroots sort of example here. If you've got like a to-do list, and you've got like 20 things on that to-do list, realistically, you may get 5 of those things done per day. So be realistic about what you want to accomplish, and you will accomplish in a greater speed. Because once we look at our list and we're like, oh, I thought I was going to do 20 things today and I only did 3, you're going to start feeling hard on yourself. You're going to start getting a little bit low and feel a little bit deflated. So just be mindful of that kind of energy. Now, I have to also address the elephant in the room, because this card can talk about people from your past returning, or situations experiencing a new, it's almost like an old cycle trying to rear its ugly head, okay? So for example, if there's, this is like February, we're talking about Valentine's Day, etc., etc. I will be doing a separate singles reading for those who are looking for love. Also, I'll be doing a twin flame reading as well for love. And if I can fit one in, I'll definitely do one for couples as well, just so that nobody's forgotten there when it comes to the day of love that we've assigned. But anyway, this Six of Cups is all about reunion and reuniting energy. So I feel like there may be someone who is coming towards you, who's quite a quick talker, who wants to sort of talk to you about, I feel like they're missing you, but this person tends to be a bit in a fantasy world. Okay, it's almost like they conveniently forget about the bad times. I just want to say that. So if you've argued with someone, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's an ex-colleague, they are reminiscing, and I feel like they're coming towards you. So just be mindful of that. It's crossing you, which means it could give you a little bit of a setback. If you're trying to move on from a past relationship, for example, and they come towards you, it's not really allowing you to move on. If they're reminding you always of their presence and that they want to get back with you, etc., etc., but they take no action. So just look at their actions, because words, we can spin a yarn, right? it's all about the action. So if you're not seeing the action, which that Princess of Swords says it's all about action, then be mindful that it may be a red flag, even though what is below you is temptation. So I'm just going to pull a quick card on this because you're tempted to do something that may cause like some sort of drama, let's put it that way, in your world in February. So let me just see what that is. It may be that you're tempted to message this person back, or you may be tempted in some way to do something where you felt like you've closed down a cycle. But the temptation can also talk about you're tempted to sort of create an obstacle, a fear about something. So let me just clarify the temptation for you. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisces? What is the temptation that is below them in February? Nine of Pentacles. Okay, now it's interesting because we got the next card up as the Nine of Pentacles. So there is an energy here, a temptation to focus on your money, to sort of not really think about love, perhaps, to be self-sufficient and free. But they're indicating here, it's almost like you've got a goal or a focus. Okay, so you've been focusing on creating perhaps your empire, maybe financially, or maybe just in terms of stability, reward for your soul, things that are rewarding like freedom, getting out into nature. As you can see, the Nine of Pentacles, she tends to have, Six Pentacles there for herself. She's giving a lot of energy and time and investment in herself. She's willing to give away Three Pentacles to others for time and energy. So be mindful. Don't be tempted to give out more energy to a person that does not deserve it. Okay, that's what I feel there with that. I feel like you have got yourself into a position of stability in terms of emotions, but also in terms of, financial gain. I feel like you're working on your path. Where you're trying to build an empire, as it were. No matter what stage you're at, whether you're just starting or whether you feel like it's been a rocky road, or whether you're in a really good position, they're really indicating, you may be tempted to change your focus in February. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. On a missed opportunity, okay, because we got a Four of Cups there. Now, the Four of Cups talks about boredom. Ooh, they just gave me a quote. Thank you so much. I'm sure grateful. I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading. Now, I'm going to give you the quote, but I need to describe the card first. That's what they're giving me. And all of a sudden it's gone super hot. So I feel that temptation incredibly intensely. Okay. Anyway, the Four of Cups basically is when you're feeling fed up, when you feel like nothing is going on. It's just dull, boring, and you're like unfulfilled emotionally with something. Sometimes, especially when we're in a solitary energy, and we feel like nothing is going on, and it's almost like when drama presents itself, sometimes we're tempted just to shake shit up. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I swore. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I do apologize. I don't often swear, anyway, I do apologize. I may beep that out if I can. I'm not really technically minded, but I'll see if I can do that. So the Nine of Cups, I know it doesn't mean much to others, but I'm very careful about my words, so they're very important to me. So to let that slip, that's unusual. Anyway, but obviously warranted, perhaps. So we have the Nine of Pentacles, someone who's focusing on their goals, their dreams, and actually, bossing up in the world or on their way to. And then it just feels like when you're focusing on a goal or dream, sometimes we're like, we can't have fun, or we feel like it's not, if we're studying for something, for example, we may be tempted to like look in another direction to create excitement. And sometimes that excitement comes from a negative experience, because basically this card is the Devil card. Okay. So for example, if you're single and you're looking, you're looking for love, but you haven't been able to find it yet, and you're focusing on, creating success in your world, and then all of a sudden someone from your past reaches out to you and you're like, oh, I remember those crazy days. Wow, it's like a magnet. And part of you is like, don't go there because you know what happened, you got burnt. And then the other part of you is like, but it's so delicious. I'd love to be in, we could just do one fling, maybe just that. Or, you're really tempted. We're all human. We get that moment of temptation. Everybody reaches this path at some point. It could be literally that you are, for example, I'm going to just put this out there because I'm feeling the energy right now. For example, you may have been someone who is not taking alcohol or substances. You're completely doing clean living at the moment, and you're just feeling a little bit fed up and a little bit it's like procrastination, and then all of a sudden you find something that you're tempted to do that you know you shouldn't do, or that you don't want to do really when you think about it. As you can see, there's like a cup there coming on in. I feel like the universe is almost like sending you something greater. Okay, something, there's like a gift coming on in from the universe that is going to help you celebrate a win in February, but there is something here that has the power to derail you momentarily. Okay, so I feel it will be different to everybody, whatever that is. I feel they're just saying be mindful of temptation or procrastination during moments where you feel unfulfilled, okay? Because it could derail you temporarily, and there's a lot of success coming towards you. Or, for example, if you're tempted to go back to somebody, there's new love available here. So if you were really looking for new love, you may be tempted, and you can't see it coming, you may be tempted to revisit the past and miss out on a new opportunity. So just be mindful. It's going to be different for everyone. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is in the recent past, so you've been mainly focusing on career or money, being self-sufficient, gaining financially, but also enjoying yourself, trying to enjoy the path and have a little bit more freedom and a little bit more peace of mind. What is above you is the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups talks about celebration, a strong circle of support around you, people who really care about you, deep friendships who want to celebrate your wins. But this card in particular is about being on the right path towards something where you feel like you are sharing your gifts or perhaps working towards a common goal. This is also about, as I said, celebration, excitement, some sort of victory. It could also be that you're working in a team to create something, but I feel like this is about, people sort of, it's almost like remembering that we've got each other and that we should, shine our light out to others in order to help everyone have a greater experience in life, and there's just a lot of warmth about you in February. There may also be some group settings where you put yourself in, so some of you, for example, may be invited to a birthday party, or you may be invited to a wedding, or to some sort of celebratory event where you open yourself up to either opportunity in terms of career or in terms of love. But there's definitely some sort of invite, because they're just showing me an RSVP, and now they're showing me, so if you've already received that invitation, I mean, it may have just been a text, hey, do you want to come to my party on Friday, or whatever. It doesn't have to be like an official RSVP. That's just a signifier from Spirit that you may get. I don't know if you heard that. There's a little knock there back there. There's no one here, just me. It's like just an RSVP. That's just a signifier for me to know that you may receive an invite in February that actually opens you up towards meeting somebody or meeting an opportunity financially as well. Also, they're showing me a clay, it looks like a clay heart. So either you've just bought like, what do you call it, an ornament that's a clay heart. They're just showing me a clay heart. It looks like it's clay. I mean, to be honest, the color that they're showing me, it could be like a cookie or a biscuit, but I'm looking at it, it looks quite solid. So either you are looking at like some sort of clay or slate heart or something like that, or you just bought one. There's something in this message for you if that resonates. If it doesn't, it may be that an opportunity that fills your heart is going to be recognized and met with in February, okay? Now, in the near future, we do have a Three of Swords, an Ace of Pentacles, excuse me, and a Two of Cups. The Three of Swords is about loss. It is about, it doesn't have to be about heartbreak, but it can be, okay? So it may be that you are sort of coming to terms with a loss or a separation in some way. It doesn't have to be that you're going to actually experience it in the near future. It could be that you're coming to terms with it, because as you can see, we've got an Ace of Pentacles and a Two of Cups that is actually crossing it. So they're indicating that there is a solid offer coming on in, and a Two of Cups. So for example, if you felt like you missed out on an opportunity, there is another opportunity coming your way. one that brings more money and aligns you with your true purpose, one that fulfills your heart. Some of you could also be partnering up in business, because the Two of Cups doesn't always mean love. It just means partnership, or people who feel like soulmates. They kind of like bond with each other. Now, soulmates can be a lot of different people. They can be like your family, your friends, they can be your pets, you know. So soulmates is about vibing on a frequency where you match, okay, and you just are working towards a common goal. So with this, I feel it's harmonious partnerships and loving, lasting relationships. There's a heart connection between people, okay. So I do feel like in the near future there is an encouraging sort of meeting, if you're looking for love, to meet your life partner, one that actually invests from the very beginning. Some of you be offered a new job, for example, in the near future, or a raise or a promotion. And if you're looking for love, it may put you in the path of meeting someone new. Now, you may not want to have a relationship with someone at your workspace, but it can be that you go to a new, either you travel further afield, you've got a job that requires you to travel, or you will get a new job or promotion that puts you into a different department, and you may come across somebody who is either visiting your company, or, you know, there's just, it's almost like things start getting put into place, and then you meet the right person if you're looking for love. If you're not looking for love, this could be a partnership that brings financial reward, or some sort of investment opportunity that helps you sort of grow. But the Three of Swords, I feel like you're recognizing why you had to let go of some situations in the past in order to receive the positive that is coming in your way, okay? Now, some of you may also, we got a little bit of energy joining from Spirit. Some of you may have also gone through some sort of procedure. There's a lot of healing here. I do feel like that you'll be up and doing in no time, but make sure you're not tempted to overdo it. Make sure you get that rest that you need. Also, I feel like you got a strong circle of support around you. People care about you, and, you know, ask them to help out. Reach out to them, tell them, so, you know, they can lavish a little bit of attention on you, because, you know, it's nice to have somebody sort of checking in on you when, of course, if you're going through a difficult patch. But I do feel like there's a lot of people who care about you, okay? There's a lot of love in your reading, but also I feel a lot of dream space. Now, Pisces, you know, sometimes they attribute the dreamer to your energy. And I feel like either you're going for a dream opportunity, or you're working on a dream job, you're trying to get further and further. I feel like there is celebration here and reward, but it's been a difficult journey. The Five of Staves is your advice to yourself at this moment in time. Now, the Five of Staves is the Five of Wands, and you know, the tradition of this card is about training. You're in training. So, for example, if you were with a relationship in the past and it never worked, it's because you were in training. You were learning about the things that you don't want in a relationship, the things that you do want. You were learning how to witness and see red flags before they show up. You were there in training until you meet the one, okay? You know that the saying, you got to kiss a lot of frogs before, you know, well, that's the sort of energy that I'm getting. Now, I didn't mention the quote because the quote came up, and then as I was talking, it went away from the water, but it's back again. So I will give you the quote now. I had to just hold off. But the quote that went with these cards was, "Don't drink poison just because you're thirsty." Ooh, that's quite an intense energy. Don't drink poison just because you're thirsty. There is alternatives, okay? So just be mindful. Now, that can connect to a relationship that's in the past that may have been toxic. That could be, you know, a toxic job situation. It could be that you're tempted to sign a contract that locks you in for like 2-3 years, and you're like, that's a long time for me to be stuck in some position or something like that. You may like that opportunity of security, but I feel like it's about recognizing and doing your due diligence. Check it, you know, think about it from all angles before you commit yourself to something. Because, you know, when we're thirsty, or even when we're hungry, you know, whenever you're hungry, you know, they always say don't go shopping when you're hungry, because you like buy up all the stuff and you eat all the stuff, you know, and that's not what your body actually wants. Your body is craving. So if you're in a state of, you haven't been in a relationship for a long time and your body is craving, your heart is craving, don't settle for what you know, for second best, is I feel like that's what they're kind of saying. Okay, so just be mindful of that. Now the Five of Staves also is about conflict, about, you know, having to fight for something that you truly desire. So you may feel right now that you're having to persist on something. You may feel like there's challenges, obstacles to overcome, and I feel like with the Five of Wands there, this is also about using your imagination to think of all of the scenarios in order to find a better way. You may have like ideas from left field all of a sudden, and they may offer something that's really exciting. So this will be a time for brainstorming as well, creative brainstorming. Also, you may, you know, partner up with people that are different from you. So I feel like the person that you meet in terms of love, if you're looking for love, is totally different from you. I know they say opposites attract, but I feel like you're going to be really surprised by the sort of person, and they're really loving, kind, open, honest. I mean, this person is very romantic as well. They really want to go the distance. They invest fully. I feel like this person is also very financially stable as well, just so you're aware. But everything you've been fighting for, everything that you've been trying to achieve, I feel like you've been in training to receive the highest sort of highest opportunity or the highest love of all. It's about time. Okay, now the external environment is the Five of Swords. Now the Five of Swords is a difficult card. The Five of Swords can be about self-sabotage. Sometimes, especially when we're feeling moments of procrastination, there can be moments where we get in our own way. Now, we all do it, my beautiful Pisces. I'm not actually pointing a finger at you. You know, how many times, like when you've been bored, you're like, oh gosh, you know, maybe I should do this. And you know that maybe you shouldn't, but it's there to shake stuff up. The more we evolve and mature, we start to learn our own patterns and say, stop. You know what you did last time, and you know how it worked out last time. Don't go there again. So I feel like you are actually looking at this sort of energy within you. Now, the Five of Swords is an external environment energy. So you may feel that, for example, there is someone here who has been unkind to you in the past, or has tried to play mind games with you in some way, because the Five of Swords is about mental conflict, but it's also about overthinking. So I do feel like there is a situation here where you may be tempted to do something that you've never done before, that could be a detriment to you in some way. It's not like you, my beautiful Pisces, to be a sign of revenge. That's more sort of Scorpio's sort of cloak and dagger thing, but only when they're not spiritually evolved. The more we evolve, the more we mature. Well, I can only talk from a Scorpio's point of view. I do have lots of other placements, of course, but I've got very strong Scorpio in my chart. If you asked me about 20 years ago, I would have I was a different person, but now I can see where I got in my own way. I can see how I let anger and self-doubt get in my way. I can see how I gravitated towards patterns that were not healthy for myself. I mean, a lot of them were very exciting and made the world a very entertaining place for me, but actually it was at detriment to my soul path. So let us see what the Five of Swords means for you. Thank you so much, Spirit guys. Okay. We've got the King of Swords here, and we've got the Ten of Wands. Now, the King of Swords in the reverse is someone that you do not trust, okay? So there is someone here who plays either mind games. Maybe this is someone who doesn't talk to you regularly. This could also be a boss type figure. It doesn't have to be an ex-lover. It doesn't have to be an ex-friend or anything like that. There's someone here that you feel you cannot trust this person, and I feel there's a lot of baggage with this person with the Ten of Wands there, but I feel like you're trying to release this energy. You're trying to let it go. You're clearing the way for new beginnings. So I feel like you're trying to now this person could have Gemini in their chart, could also have some fire, Aries, Leo, Sag energy, but I feel if there's someone here who has been less than their best towards you, and I feel like they may come on in and sort of try and connect to you in some way and leave you with a lot to think about. But they tend to play mind games, this person. So whether it is a boss, whether it is someone who's in a position of authority over you, the Ten of Cups in the reverse, it makes you very, very unhappy, the Ten of Cups in the reverse is like, it sort of robs you of mental peace and well-being. So I feel like they're trying to say, release this. It does not have a place in your world. Now, this could be someone you separated from, because the Ten of Cups in reverse can talk about either a broken marriage, or it can talk about family trouble. It can also talk about emotionally manipulative person who, it causes you a lot of anxiety and a lot of exhausted energy. You're exhausted by this pattern. Yeah, you're moving away from it. The Six of Swords tells me that you're protected, but also you are moving yourself away from this. It was a rite of passage, which is unfortunate because we all have to go through those moments of rites of passages in order to change our way of thinking, in order to gain greater wisdom. So I feel like, it's almost like if you know that this person brings trouble, you're trying to move yourself out of their path. But there's something about this energy that is tempting to revisit. So just be mindful of that, especially if it's Valentine's Day and there's someone who is making advances towards you or things like that. It doesn't have to be about that, but I'm trying to understand the energy that is coming through. You're moving away from that. I mean, you've gone from the Five of Swords up to the Six of Swords as a clarifier, so you will be protected by Spirit out of that troubled water and into a calmer sort of vicinity and a more peaceful mind. Okay, you're transitioning into something better. So if there's something here that you felt, for example, if there was something that was unseen that you didn't see coming, and it has robbed you of your peace of mind, know that Spirit walks with you and is moving you out of a difficult period into something calmer. It doesn't always have to be about a person. It can mean that something, like, for example, it could be an unexpected communication that says, you have to pay this bill and it's a huge bill and it's like weighing over your head and you're feeling exhausted. How are you going to be able to do it? I feel like opportunity comes to help you. Also, I mean, there could be someone, a friend who sort of you reach out to that gives you advice. But either way, February sees you closing that cycle into something more positive. Now, the hope and a fear is the Ace of Cups. So either you're hoping for new love or you're hoping to find an opportunity that really suits your heart. It reminds you about all of the possibilities that are actually available to you, okay? This card tends to tell you to dream big because you're bringing your dreams into being. So whether that's that dream job you've been trying to manifest or the next step on the path to achieving it, you're going to see some real movement forward in February. Also, the fear here is about, being let down or being disappointed in some way, especially since you put your whole heart and your soul into everything, my beautiful Pisces. But remember, whatever rejects you, it is to protect you and redirect you, okay? What is meant for us will never ever pass us by. Spirit has a plan, you've got a plan, they merge together, you co-create, and you get to where you want to go, okay? Sometimes we have plot twists where we take detours in life, but we always end up where we truly feel we are meant to gravitate towards. Also, this card reminds you that if you follow your heart, love gives hope, okay? And just shine your wonderful light and love yourself fully. Your guides are bringing you and to where you want to go, but you must, it's almost like illuminate your wonderful shine even in the darkest of places. You got the sun and the moon. So sometimes, for example, you may meet a person, and that's why I always say you got to be kind to everybody you meet because you don't know the journey they're walking. Sometimes when we're struggling, nobody knows our struggle. We don't openly say to everybody we meet, hey, my best friend just died. Or, hey, I'm going through a really tough time. I just lost my job. I may lose my house. We don't tell those people that we meet on our journey. So, sometimes someone may lash out and we may take that personally, and actually they're about to lose everything that they ever knew in life. So we have to, it's almost like, I always say, and sometimes it's a detriment to myself, I totally get it, but if there's a person that you feel is always lashing out, those are the people that need to be loved a little harder, okay? Because they're obviously, if you think about an animal in a cage, when we feel trapped in some way or we feel fear, we lash out. It's a protective measure. It's like, stay away because I cannot reveal what I'm truly going through right now. So I don't know why that's coming up in your reading. Perhaps this is you, how you've been feeling recently. But I feel like open yourself up as much as possible. It's hard. I know we're all human and we're all just, none of us came here with a map of how to do life. We're just trying to find our way. So I do feel like if there's someone in your world who's been really negative towards you, I feel like surprise them, give them a smile. Let them go, what, wait, what? They if you meet them with anger, they're going to try and raise the anger to another level to be dominant. But actually, if you're kind and you smile, you actually take the wind out of most people's sails, okay? Anyway, Ace of Cups at its grassroots, if you're looking for love, February is looking really positive to find love. You've got an Ace of Cups, you've got a Two of Cups, you've got a Three of Cups, and you've got a Princess of Cups. So there's definitely an opportunity to open yourself up to love, but you have to be mindful about the past situation, someone coming towards you from a past situation that may keep you stuck. Also, if you're focusing on your finances and you're not leaving yourself time to open yourself up to love, my beautiful Pisces, I mean, you could be tempted to focus on your career or focusing on, you know, being self-sufficient, which is wonderful. But if you're always focused on finances, sometimes we just don't see what is truly in front of us in terms of love. Okay, or we may not allow it in because we're like, that's not part of our plan right now. Now, the external, this is the outcome energy. We've got a Five of Pentacles. Now, the Five of Pentacles is, it's about finding an alternative, okay? Sometimes it can also be about fear of loss in some way, but whatever is a missed opportunity, for example, it's because there's something better coming on in. A Five of Earth tells us about an alternative form of abundance. So if, for example, you separated from somebody, you know, the universe is saying, I've heard conversations that you did not hear. I'm removing this person from your life for a reason. You will see why. There is an alternative coming on in, okay? But we tend to, as humans, fear change. So I feel like the same with a job opportunity. If you felt like a promotion went to another person, it's because there is something better down the line that is being offered as an alternative from spirit, okay? So I feel like this is about you acknowledging that there are overlooked treasures in your world that are about to come on in, okay? So what you see, you may see as a loss at first, and it may feel uncomfortable, actually will be a gain later on, okay? Now, we do have the Tower energy. The Tower basically means if you're in a stuck position, if you're feeling uncertain or at a stalemate point in your world and you're trying to make a decision about something, but you can't, you can't find the answer, the Tower actually comes along to sort of give you some sort of epiphany. A lot of people feel a little bit challenged by a Tower. It can feel uncomfortable because nobody wants unwanted change, but I mean, this card literally says oppression. Okay, so it may feel like something that you lost may make you feel stuck in some way, that you are, you've met an unmovable force. But the Tower basically in all of most tarot decks is represented by a tower that's on fire. A lightning bolt hits it. Now, the lightning bolt represents fate, also represents, you know, an act of nature intervening in your situation to bring change. The fire is sort of engulfing a tower. The tower represents prison, where you feel like you cannot move or you cannot get out of something. And two figures tend to leap into the unknown because it's better to take a leap of faith and come out of a stuck situation than to remain stuck forever. So it's almost like if you're always thinking back to the past love that you lost, if you're always thinking back to the past opportunity that you thought was for you, you'll never look forward for something that is an alternative. We will always remain in the past. So because you have that Six of Cups there reminding us that whilst it's nice to look back and remember the lesson and take the lesson with us, we should not live in the past, because living in the past will keep us stuck, especially when we have an offer coming on in, and there is an offer coming on into you in February, okay? Now, the Princess of Cups is the equivalent of the Knight of Cups. So there is a wonderful proposal coming on in here for you. Now, this can be about love if you are looking for love, but it can also be like recruitment. They're giving me the word recruitment, okay? So it could be a recruitment agency sort of reaches out with a perfect dream job for you, or it could be that there is an offer coming on in from an old friend that you haven't seen from in a while who offers you a job at where you're at. There is something coming on in, and Spirit does not want you to be stuck in looking back, because they want you to look forward. So just be mindful of that. But also the Princess of Cups reminds us to follow our heart. Whatever it is, that dream job, or whatever it is that is really sort of making our soul be attracted to it, know that that is your path and you will find a way to it, okay? They're actually giving me this energy of there's no need for jealousy, anger, or resentment for things that we feel like we have lost, because there is always something to replace it that is actually meant for us, okay, for our unique journey. Now, I don't know who needs to hear that, but that's what they're giving me. Okay, now they're giving me a song. I don't know how it resonates with your reading. I feel like this song has come up before. So it's Sweet Caroline. The good times never... Is that seem so bad? I mean, it's a really famous song, but I can't remember the lyrics. I don't... It's Sweet Caroline. It's such a famous song. I mean, it's obviously called Sweet Caroline. The good times never seem... Either it seems so bad or seem to go. I can't quite get that. So I'm going to have to look up the lyrics. I don't know how it's resonant to your reading, unless maybe your name is Caroline, or maybe it's about the good times. The good times never seem so good. I'm not really sure. Anyway, I'm going to have to look up it is a very famous song, and I'm ashamed that I cannot sort of locate it in my own brain right now. I can only give you what I'm getting as I'm scrying. So either you hear that song on the radio just before this reading, or you actually hear it after the reading. You may even hear it in the month of February. I normally attribute that song to December. I don't know why, but I do. Anyway, but you may hear that on the radio at some point in February, and it's got something to do with love, because they show me a heart. So either your name is Caroline, or maybe a person that you have feelings for is called Caroline. Please take it as it resonates. I mean, you could be from the Carolinas, perhaps, so please take it as it resonates. It's not going to resonate for everyone, but I feel like it's a signifier song that you may hear in the next couple of weeks, which shows you that there is an opportunity coming on in. I mean, to have an Ace of Pentacles there, this could be, you know, a job opportunity or something that financial news that brings a lot of financial investment, but it's solid, it's long term, whatever this is. Now, the final cards you got here, I'm loving this. I follow my heart. Beautiful. I mean, this whole reading is about following your heart. So definitely a perfect energy reading for you. I follow my heart. It's number 39. So when you reduce it, 3 plus 9, of course, is 12. So this is something you've been waiting for a while. Also, I am divinely guided. It's number 12. So 12-12, very important. I mean, it may even be 12-12 as you look at your watch right now. So please take it as it resonates. 12-12, very important for you. Now, I'm just going to get you a final... Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide? We've got Wolf, Pathfinder. Okay, very important card. This is a major card in terms of being on the right path and finding the right direction. But also, if you think about wolves, they're so intelligent and so necessary to the planet. Okay, they look after their own. They're very protective, and there's always that one that sort of goes off, finds the path, comes back to the rest of them, and sort of... Now, if you think about, they're just showing me a long line of wolves right now, and they're showing me the hierarchy of wolves and how the big... It's almost like they make sure that, now I'm not really sure if this is correct, but anyway, they're showing me the wolf at the front is obviously the Pathfinder, and then there's like some other wolves that sort of are behind, and I feel like they are the, I feel like they're the ones that are older or sicker or something like that, and then you've got the stronger wolves then a little bit further down, and then I feel like you've got the leader or something at the back. I'm not really sure how it works. And it's all to protect. They're really protective over all of their pack. Okay, they never leave a pack member behind. So this could be about, you know, you and your family, of course, feeling responsible in some way in order to move forward. But it says here about the Wolf Pathfinder, release your past and start a new journey. I mean, that's exactly what your reading's been about. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Persevere, and perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. So whether you are looking for love, you will match the love vibration of what you have to offer. And you have a lot to offer, my beautiful Pisces. You're so warm, nurturing, caring. Your heart is so pure and open. You're wonderfully sensitive. To be so sensitive is actually such a strength, because a lot of people find it hard to be vulnerable and open and sensitive. And you are naturally in that disposition, okay? So I'm just going to pull a trinket before we close. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Okay, So we have a key. Now the key has got the three-legged symbol on it to move forward. So that is exactly what you'll be doing, moving into a new cycle. And as you can see, we've got a tulip there as a nubbin for opening the door. So I feel like there is a new start available to you, whether that's in love or whether that's in career. There is a wonderful opportunity here for you to unlock something. They want this on the Ace of Pentacles. Now you got two aces, okay? Lots of wonderful synchronicity here. So whatever you're taking action on, if you're looking for love, for example, I feel like you'll find them at some sort of invitation to a place. You're going to have to travel to it in some way, or if you are looking for an opportunity, I feel like you could find an alternative opportunity that brings in money. So for example, you may have two streams of income, and I feel like that alternative actually brings in a lot more finances in the long run. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. I am running another free competition for one lucky subscriber to win a free personal reading. All you have to do is write this sentence in the comments box below: I am loved. My guides wanted you all to write that and remember it. It's a very important thing to remember, especially during this time. I am loved. Okay, so just pop that sentence in the comments box below, and I'll gravitate towards one lucky subscriber on the 28th of February, and I'll announce the winner in a video upload. Okay, so you know it's me and not one of those scammers. Also, if something resonates in this reading, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message, and lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very important for me. Thank you so much, my beautiful Pisces. Love and light.